Good morning, everyone. It's day 4 and the final day of the 2024-6 Forest Acres Classic. I'm awake. I actually got some decent sleep last night because my roommate decided to wake me up because of, I think his car wasn't starting this morning. I was half asleep and had to drive to work. But all's well that ends well. Welcome to Championship Thursday as we are here for a
in center field, number 24,
high intense matchup. Battle of the heavyweights, Dorman Cavaliers and the Miller School Mavericks, two of the most talented lineups you will see here on Definite Fiction, going to battle here in the consolation game of the Forest Acres Classic. Both teams suffering some very, I would say, kind of unfortunate Game 1 losses that we were not expecting to grab. Turn myself down a little bit. I think I'm a little too hot. There we go. But yeah, they were not expecting to have those Game 1 losses, and they both did. It actually hinders them in the sense that they will not be able to play in the championship game because of those losses. However, they'll get to play each other in a a lot of prospects, high intense, high octane game. I'm expecting some fireworks here. However, you got a great game on the mound, especially. The Arkansas commit, Brendan New for Dorman, going to go later today, but you get a live look at Naomi Ryan, the southpaw for the Miller School Mavericks, and she has been lights out here in 2026. No earned runs allowed for her so far in her senior campaign. She's pitched 15 and 2/3 innings pitched, 3 starts, a 3-0 record. But she'll get her toughest task today. The top team in South Carolina will come up to bat and see if they can crack the left-handed senior. Let's go down their lineup and we'll see. Leading off, States Far, batting second, Luke Thompson. Third, Palmer Hornick. Fourth, Braylon Dean. Fifth, Logan McGarity. Sixth, Austin Rav. Seventh, Bryson Davis. Eighth, Carter Nash. And ninth, Jameson Kimbrell. Let's go around the diamond for the Mavericks. It's Naomi Ryan on the hill. Tristan McCracken behind the dish today. Lockhart at first, Dorsey at second, Chef at short, Tomlinson at third, Noah Gray in left, Mandela Brownman in center field, and Jackson Rosales in right field. A very familiar look for the Miller School. The only difference is Tristan McCracken giving Cody Peck a day off, and the DH will be Gabe Proctor today, giving Kaysen Wagner the final day of the Classic off. Well, it's going to be the leadoff man for Dorman, States Far, the Coastal Carolina commit, future teammates with Kaysen Wagner. He'll get us going. It's game 13 here in the Forest Acres Classic, a third place matchup for the Dorman Cavaliers and the Miller School Mavericks. Another colder morning here in the Midlands. A warm up later for the championship. Dorman's used to it. I believe this is Miller's first 10 a.m. start time this week. First pitch left on right is called, strike one. Looks like a changeup on the outside edge. Well, it's funny, you know, you come into this Classic, it's about half and half of Midlands teams and non-Midlands teams. Ryan will wind and deal the 0-1. Breaking ball was line right back where it came from, coming on as Brown, but it will drop right in front of him for a base knock in center field. Well, States Far does what he's continued to do this whole Forest Acres Classic. Give Dorman a leadoff base runner. Far's had another great Classic for him. 5 of 10, 2 walks. He'll reach base to start the early morning. Usually the afternoon, not today. Be a leadoff man now for Luke Thompson. Left on left action here to start. Now a bunt going to be popped up into the air, foul. Actually find the stands here in Forest Acres. Well, now it's Luke Thompson so far here in the Classic, 2 for 8 with a double and RBI. He's been the 2-hole hitter through every game now for the Cavaliers. Ryan, arm dangling to her side. Now she'll come set. She'll work out with a leadoff base runner in Far. He can fly. No go there. The 0-1 swung through and missed. Change up upstairs. 0-2. Well, of course, both these top of the lineups exceptionally talented. Luke Thompson trying to flip it over to the Virginia Tech commit, Palmer Hornick. Now pick off at first. More of a half-hearted throw from Ryan instead of trying to get Far. States Far as we say can fly. 9 stolen bags on the season. Trailing Luke Thompson and Palmer Hornick here. Another pickoff to Far. The Spartanburg High School transfer was a 2024 All-State selection over there at first. Of course, another hit for him. He came in hitting .396 on the season. He's in the perennial leadoff man for the Cavaliers in 2026. 0-2. Swung through and missed. Breaking ball in the dirt. Runner will go to second. The throw down. Not in time. Far able to swipe second off the drop third strike. It will not matter though. Run down the first as someone was technically occupying first, so a strikeout for Naomi Ryan, and now a runner at second for Palmer Hornick.
Number 15, Palmer Hornick.
So far, will steal his 10th bag of the season. Ryan will get her 15th strikeout, and now it's Palmer Hornick. Virginia Tech Hokie has been on an incredibly hot start. It was an all-tournament selection yesterday, going 6 for 10 in the tournament. A homer, 2 doubles, and a triple. The big number, though, 8 RBIs here through the Forest Acres Classic. It puts his total on 30 on the season. Left on left here yet again. First pitch to Hornick. Fastball low, ball 1. Another nice day here in the Midlands. Even though it's a bit chillier this morning, it should heat up to around the mid-70s by the time the championship game comes to an end about 3, 4 o'clock today. The 1-0. That ball is hammered to deep right field. Going back is Rosales. He's at the track. He looks up and it's gone. Palmer Hornick, his second homer of the tournament. And he gives Dorman a 2-0 lead. The Virginia Tech commit is having an incredible senior campaign. His 5th homer of his senior season. And he's the first player here in 2026 to find a way to break through Naomi Ryan.
Now batting number 6, Braylon Dean.
Well, now it's Braylon Dean up. Right-handed bat here against Ryan. No one on, one away here in the opening frame. The southpaw will wind and deal. The first pitch is a fastball inside, ball 1. We've seen Ryan now the last 3 years of the tournament. She started the championship game 2 years ago in this Dorman Miller matchup. The 1-0. That ball is slapped foul to the right side, 1-1. It was an epic game where Miller almost run-ruled that Dorman Cavaliers team. Dorman far away back was going to read the tying run to the plate, if not cut down at second. Would have been an RBI single, but trying to stretch it to 2. I believe it was Aaron Sturgill got thrown out. The 1-1 is tapped foul, quickly 1-2 here against the cleanup hitter. Miller won that game 12-9, and that was their first of 2 straight Forest Acres Classic championships. The 1-2. Breaking ball in the dirt, ball 2. Or actually, maybe Ryan starting that game against Brooklyn Casey in that Classic. Remember, she played first against our Falcons in what was a wild 6th inning, where the Falcons were able to bunt a lot of their runners on and tie the Mavericks before that epic 11-inning affair. 2-2. Breaking ball, got him looking, strike 3. Froze him on ice with a curved ball upstairs, and there's 2 away. Dean goes down looking for the second strikeout of the inning for Ryan.
Up next, number 7,
Now it's Logan
McGarity.
McGarity. Well, McGarity, one of these 2 players that played in the first game of these 2 teams, played 2 years ago. Hornick was the other one. He has his first hit against the Mavericks. McGarity looking for his. Right-hander up the dish. The first play is a fastball low for ball 1. The 1-0. Fastball inside. It's off the hands in the center field. Coming on quickly is Brauman. That ball is dropping, but it will drop into the glove. Brauman, the sure-handed center fielder, runs it down with ease, and that will retire this side. But Palmer Hornick delivers the goods. A 2-run blast over the right field wall. It's a 2-0 lead for Dorman. We go to the bottom of the first. All right, we'll come back on just a little quicker and talk about our lineups here for both Dorman and the Miller School. Going around the diamond for the Cavaliers, New on the hill, Davis behind the dish, Dean at first, Hornick second, Farr, Short, Rath third, Kimbrell in left, Thompson center, Nash in right. And quickly for the Miller School, it's Brown, Dorsey, Sheff, Proctor, Gray, Lockhart, Rosales, McCracken, and Tomlinson here in the lineup. A firm handshake from Brownman to the home plate umpire will get us going here in the bottom of the first. Miller trying to respond to the early start from the Cavaliers. There's a 2-run shot from Palmer Hornick, and now the UNC Chapel Hill commit for the Miller School will lead off the game. Right on right, the Arkansas commit will fire the first pitch. Fastball inside, ball one. Well, Brownman will be taking his talents to Chapel Hill next year. New, just a junior here. Number 3 overall player in that junior class. The 1-0. Fastball called, strike one on the outside edge, 1-1. He trails Connor Wells, who I guess we will not be seeing this tournament. Connor over in that Dorman dugout, the LSU commit. The 1-1 is swung through and missed, a breaking ball, 1-2. We saw Wells pitch a dominant inning against the Rams of T.C. Robertson back in game 1. He's been DHing a couple times, but he will not be on the mound, at least as of now. The 1-2. Breaking ball is tapped over to the left side. A high chopper for Rath, the third baseman. Maybe a tough play. The throw into first is not in time. Brownman, the speedster, beats it out. And a quick infield single here against New.
Up next, number 13, Jay Dorsey.
That is not easy to beat out New. But Brownman, a high chopper to the third base side, is able to do just that. The leadoff man aboard now for Miller. Can Jay Dorsey turn it over? This freshman, we saw him in game 1 hit 6th. In the second game, Coach Wagner made the decision to move him to second in the lineup, and so far they're 2-0 with that decision. What does the right-hander have now for New? He squares around the bunt. The Arkansas commit throws one high and in. It's ball one, goes to the backstop. This will allow Brownman to take a turn around second before holding up. Well, now they're going to say, I believe Dorsey's saying that hit him. Play umpire didn't say anything, so now there's going to be a talk between the umpires about what happened. We'll be right back here on Definite Fiction. Some early drama here at the Classic. So after coming together, the officials will overturn that just ball call. They will say it's a hit by pitch. And that will put the first 2 runners aboard now for the Miller School. Good to see Dorsey on the right side of a call. He was almost on the end of what would have been a really tough beat yesterday, as Coach Jolly now coming out to talk to the home plate umpire, wants an explanation for what happened. We saw yesterday there was a ball that ended up going the go-ahead runner to score. For Dorsey, it's going to be heartbreaking. It was ruled out before the ball was dropped. It looked like he may have been safe in a bang-bang play. Well, the first 2 runners aboard now for the Virginia Tech commit, John Michael Sheff. We saw the other Virginia Tech commit put one over the yard, over the wall the last time, as the left-hander takes ball 1. Palmer Hornick again mashed 2-run homer, and John Michael Sheff produced just like his future teammate did out there. 2 on, nobody out. The 1-0. Called strike 1, curveball on the outside part of the zone. Well, you know, it's funny, Miller has played so many of these good teams, high-velocity guys, big-time signees, and then what tied him up this tournament, Liam Roberson, the southpaw who doesn't throw that hard, but he hit every spot he needed to in that game. Now New, pick off back at second. And it's going to be a balk. So they're going to rule a balk on New. We've seen that a couple times this tournament, more in the latter half of it. There's one against AC Flora yesterday. 2 of them, I believe, came in that first game against River Bluff and the Rams. So New in some trouble early. Now runners at second and third with only nobody out, and it's the third man in the order up. Corners come crashing in. Middle infield playing back the 1-1. Swung through and missed. A changeup, it's 1-2. Well, New's now making a 6th start, a 4-1 record on the season, a 2.36 ERA in his junior year campaign. He faces the senior coming in hitting 426. I keep reading that second number first. The 1-2 is tapped foul, and we'll do it again. John-Michael Sheff, 10 RBIs in this season. We've seen him all over the lineup here in the Forest Acres Classic. In this tournament, he's been the 3-hole this year. The 1-2. That ball is slicing the other way to the third baseman. Rath gloves it. No, he boots it. That ball going to trickle around the infield. Everyone has to hold up, and it will be a single for John-Michael Sheff. Well, Rath does a good job keeping that ball in the infield. It didn't get far enough away for Brownman to break to the plate. We'll see if that's ruled a hit or an error, but it will juice the bases for the cleanup hitter, Gabe Proctor. I think they're going to say that. Well, they're still making an official ruling. There's not a hit on the board or an error on the board. Well, bases juice for the DH, Gabe Proctor. Senior hitting .322 this season. The first pitch is a fastball inside off the leg of Davis, and that will score the first run of the game. Brownman trots home from third, and now the tying run and go-ahead runs move into scoring position. And this will bring Coach Jolly out for the first time. Well, the Arkansas commit, we highly anticipated waiting for the Arkansas commit, and so far, Miller's had their way. It will be ruled a hit for John-Michael Sheff. They're going to say that ball was well struck enough over to the third baseman, Rath. But yeah, just a weird start for New. 2 infield singles, a hit by pitch, and a balk. That's how this game has gone for New. We saw this happen to Dorman in game number 1. They got to the early advantage before T.C. Robertson put up a big number in the first and a really big number in the second. That dug the Cavaliers in too deep of a hole. Can New work around this danger? 1-0 the count, nobody gone. Runners at second and third here in the bottom of the first. In a 2-1 game, Dorman leads. New will wind and deal. The right-hander comes home and finds the zone. Strike one looking. That pitch, breaking ball inside. One and one for New. He comes home. The pitch is swung through and missed. A changeup on the outside edge puts the count at 1-2. Proctor went 0 for 3 against the Indian Land Warriors, looking for his first hit of the Classic. The 1-2. Fastball low. Proctor holds the bat back. 2-2. After the first game, it has been Case and Wagner DHing. Coach Wagner kind of mixing and matching the DHs, and it'll be Proctor getting the start here this morning. First baseman in, Davis, and now third baseman in as well. Time call to the dish by Proctor. The senior hits 267 runners in scoring position, 5 RBIs this year and a homer. The 2-2 is over the head of Proctor. They'll go to the backstop. Dorsey will break for the plate. This may be close. However, it will not. Bryson Davis slips, and Dorsey will slide home with the tying run here in the first inning. It's 2-all. Looked like Davis got to that ball quickly. New was quick coming home to cover. But a slip from Davis on the slick infield grass. Of course, the morning dew has not evaporated yet. So it's now tied at 2. Dorsey comes home. Jeff goes to third. He gives the go-ahead runner here. Full count incoming to Gabe Proctor. Can New work himself out of some trouble? The payoff. Fastball inside, ball 4. Now the first 4 runners of the game have reached for the Miller School. Well, Noah Gray came up yesterday and hit a solo shot to tie the game between Lexington and Miller. We'll be right back. A mound visit here early in this one. After a mound visit, it'll be the 5-hole Noah Gray, the Eastern Carolina commit. So far, Brendan New has yet to record an out here in the first inning. The Miller School is tied and it has the runners on the corners here for the 5-hole Gray. The first pitch to the right-hander is a fastball in tight for ball 1. Noah Gray so far this classic, 4 for 8, a homer, a double, and 2 RBIs. It's a chance to produce here, the 1-0. Breaking ball, it's on the ground to the shortstop. Far has it on the ground to 2nd and 1 on the first in time double play. So Noah Gray will bring the runner home. No RBI for him on a double play. There's now 2 away.
Up next, number 7, Connor Lockhart.
So a nice 6-4-3 ground out. Far Hornick Dean is how the Cavaliers get their first 2 outs of the inning. And now it's Connor Lockhart. Bases cleared for the right-hander. First pitch, breaking ball is popped into the air. Foul. Lockhart hitting .327 in his sophomore campaign, but 0 for 3 yesterday. The 0-1. Fastball is tapped foul. It's quickly 0-2. Lockhart did his damage against our Falcons here. And that 6-4 victory for the Miller School, their 3rd straight victory over AC Flora. 0-2, New will fire. The breaking ball, got him looking, strike 3. Couldn't help Lockhart. He was just watching, and that will retire the side. But the Miller School grabs the lead, 3-2 going to the 2nd. Welcome back to Forest Acres, South Carolina. It's the 20th annual Forest Acres Classic live on Definite Fiction. After giving up her first 2 earned runs of the season, Naomi Ryan will now return to the hill with a 3-2 lead. That's what she has. Austin Rath digging in. The right-hander versus the southpaw. First pitch on the way. It's topped over to the left side. It will be foul. Rath was the hero in Game 2 for Dorman the other day. He hit a fly ball that hit high off the center field wall. They were able to walk off River Bluff back in Game 2, and then they were dominant against Airport yesterday. The 0-1, fastball wide. 1 ball, 1 strike here to the leadoff man in the 2nd. It's Rath, Davis, and Nash up for Dorman. Here in the top of the 2nd, looking to try to get that lead back. They lost it in the bottom half. One ball, 1 strike, the pitch from Ryan. Fastball, that one's lined right back at the middle. Browman got a great read on it, and this steady-handed senior makes the play in center for out number 1. He is so much fun to watch. I mean, that ball looked like it was destined to get down, and Browman takes a hit away from Rath. There's 1 away. You know, we've been blessed to be able to watch Browman now for the 3rd straight tournament here in Forest Acres. The senior's been all over that center field area, patrolling anything he could. Now it's Bryson Davis, the right-hander, up. The first pitch, fastball wide, ball 1. Remember Coach Dorsey, the Legion 215 leader, talking yesterday? I think he was raving about that play. Every chance I got to be around him, I just remember him talking about the play he made against our Falcons. The 1-0 is popped into the air right side of the infield in foul ground. The first baseman, Lockhart's got a read. He's trailing back toward the infield, and it will be caught for an out. Wow, Lockhart. That ball came back on him hard. He makes the diving effort for the 2nd out of the inning.
Now batting number 10, Carter Nash.
Now 2 big outs here to begin the top of the second. Can Naomi Ryan go 1, 2, 3? It'll be the talented freshman Carter Nash up, one of the top freshmen in this state. The first pitch from the southpaw to the righty. Fastball up and away, ball 1. Of course, when I was talking about for Browman, he was able to get that ball in so quickly after Lafitte scorched from up the middle. The 1-0. Fastball inside, ball 2. Out ball was up the middle, and Browman was playing pretty far back. He pounced on it, got it home, and Peck made the throw to Tomlinson to get the Miller School the win. The 2-0 pitch is called strike 1, change up at the top of the zone. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 away here in the top of the second. Miller leads at 3-2 over Dorman. Looking to get back to the dugout. The 2-1. It one's lined down the left field side. That will drop into left field for a base knock. Noah Gray quickly ahead of it. Carter Nash takes the hard turn, and he will have to hold up at first. It's a 2-out single for Nash.
Now batting number 4, Jamison Kimball.
For Nash, that's his 3rd hit of the tournament. Now it's Jamison Kimbrell, the 9th man in the order up. Now for the 9th man of the order, Kimbrell leads this team in average, hitting .413 coming into today. In search of his 2nd hit of the tournament, it'll be a left-handed bat to round out the order for the Cavaliers. Runner on first for Ryan. The southpaw deals. The first pitch is chopped to the right side and foul, and it gets stuck in the netting. Well, the last time I think the Miller School was here, I don't think those cages were here. Those cages being added at Falcon Field about halfway through 2025. There used to not be, you know, a cage in front of the dugout, but regulations required it. So we put those up and a little safer for the dugout. The 0-1, breaking ball, just a tad low, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike here to the 9 hole with 2 away in the top of the second. Dorman down by 1, has the tying runner on the base pass in the form of Carter Nash. And now Coach Jelly gonna say something to his team. Nash has 8 stolen bags this year. He's been thrown out once. Peck was incredible behind the dish. We'll see if McCracken gets a chance to throw here. He does not. The 1-1. Called strike 2. Breaking ball in the inside 3rd of the zone. Coach Jolly shouting orders from his dugout. The coach with 600 wins. One of 3 coaches with 600 wins in this tournament. The runner goes. Now the pick off to first. They have Nash in the rundown. The throw on to second. In time. The pickoff. First baseman to Chef, the shortstop, tags out Nash to end the frame. And Ryan goes 1, 2, 3 through the 6, 7, 8 hitters. We'll go to the bottom of the second. We come back. We are back here at Falcon Field for the bottom of the second. Naomi Ryan was able to work a 1-2-3 inning in the top half of the second after picking off Carter Nash to end the frame. Now it's the bottom half of the Miller lineup, 7, 8, 9. It'll be Jackson Rosales to lead off the Miller School as they come up with a 1-run lead looking to add to it. Brennan New, the Arkansas commit, will head back to the hill. Right on right, New will wind and deal. First pitch. Fastball in tight, ball 1. The 1-0. That one's a high hit ball to the left side. It will be foul. Well, in the first game between these two teams 2 years ago, it's a little different story. Dorman only has 2 players that played in that game 2 years ago. Miller has 7, Rosales being one of them. The 1-1, breaking ball, wide ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike here to the leadoff man in the second. Rosales in that game went 0 for 3. However, last year in the Classic, he was brilliant. The 2-1. It's off the hands of Flare out to the right side. It will find out a play. Rosales this year still putting together a good Classic, but he's looking for his second hit so far here in Game 4. The 2-2. Elevated heat. Rushed Rosales off the dish. It'll be a 3-2 count here to Rosales. New is getting his first start here in the Classic. We'll dial the payoff. Got him looking, strike 3. Curveball paints the inside part to the plate, and there's one away.
Up next, number 29, Tristan McCracken.
Now Tristan McCracken getting his first start here in the Classic in 2026. First pitch to him, ball 1 inside. Well, now there's back-to-back strikeouts for New. After a rough start for the right-hander, he dials to the right-hander. Fastball, low ball 2. New will have the first 4 runs to reach before getting the final 4 outs in the last 3 batters. The 1-0, the 2-0, excuse me, is a fastball high, 3-0. McCracken looking for his first hit in his first at-bat, the 3-0. Or I guess it was 2-0. I guess I did miss a play. 3-0. I'm awake, I promise. Yeah, I think yesterday's probably the roughest of the 4 so far. I feel way more awake today. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but we'll find out, I guess. The 3-0. Fastball upstairs. Now that is a 4-pitch walk to the 8-hole.
Up next, number 3, Will Tomlinson.
So it's a 9-hole. Will Tomlinson up for the first time today. Tomlinson 2 for 5 here in the Classic. He also has 3 walks and now a courtesy runner at first for the catcher. I believe that might be number 5 over there, Peyton Porter. You know, I was joking with Sam, like, y'all gotta flash your numbers more. It's harder. I don't know your faces. I only see you once a year. Gotta figure out who that is. It looks like Peyton Porter, though. First pitch to the right-handers, called strike 1, an off-speed pitch in the inside part of the plate. Porter was used as a courtesy runner yesterday in the game between Lexington and the Miller School. The 0-1, that ball's on the ground to the shortstop. A bouncer to far, he flips it on to second for 1. On to first, another 6-4-3 double play. The Coastal Carolina and Virginia Tech commits help out in the infield, and we will head to the 3rd inning with a 1-run lead for the Miller School when we come back. Before we come back, I want to give a shout to a couple of our sponsors here. On the last day of the Classic, you know, we talked about them all week, but we couldn't be more appreciative for what they've done, not just for us here on Definite Fiction, but for how they have sponsored and helped the Classic and helped the community here. First and foremost, of course, the Big Red Box Dumpster Company, an all-inclusive private waste disposal company. They will deliver a dumpster wherever you need it to be. Residential driveways, construction sites, even on the side of the road. I've seen them on the side of the road here in Columbia. Wherever you need it, that dumpster's going to be there. All you have to do, you'll fill it up, they'll take it away for you. It's that simple. Delay deliver it. You fill it up, they take it away. I mean, what else can you ask for? Call 803-783-6834 to book your dumpster today, or go to www.bigredboxdumpstercompany.com. And of course, Chris Dorsey, he owns the Big Red Box Dumpster Company. That's his day job. His night job in the summer is coaching a state championship Legion program. The 215 winning the state championship last year, the senior team, their first state championship under that moniker. A lot of these Falcons you saw the last couple days play Legion, and of course you should play Legion too. It's free. It's on the best competition in the state. You play for a great coach like, you know, Coach Dorsey. These coaches who coach Legion, they love baseball. They wouldn't be coaching Legion baseball in the summer if they didn't. That's how they showed you really love the game, and Coach Dorsey, the big proponent of that. And of course, Coach Dorsey really, I will say, Midland-centric in our Legion program. I don't know, for the same thing for other things, but he promotes the region, promotes the area, promotes these young men, and that's who I want to play for if I was playing Legion. So go sign up to your local Legion team today, sc.legion.com. We'll head to the top of the third here after we thank our sponsors. It'll be 9-1 and 2 for Dorman up. Kimbrell, Farr, and Thompson.
Dorman, number 4, Jamison Kimbrell.
Kimbrell was up at the dish the last time before a caught stealing pickoff. Carter Nash was thrown out trying to go to second. Lefty versus right, first pitch is called strike one in the inside third. Austin Rath getting loose over in the bullpen. He was getting loose all yesterday, did not appear in a game. A sophomore may give the Arkansas commit an early legs after throwing some innings. The 0-1, breaking ball in the dirt, ball one. Ryan now pitching in her third straight classic. She'll wind and deal the 1-1. Fastball low, ball two. She was against AC Flora in the championship game last year. She came on in relief of Drew Wade, as AC Flora almost was able to break through her, but she pitched some scoreless inning of baseball. Turned it over to the closer, the 2-1. Change up low, ball three. Falls behind the 9-hole, 3-1 here to lead off the third. She came in perfect on the season, coming off of a 6 2/3 innings pitch performance last week. Now she's trying to fight through the bottom of the order here. The southpaw will wind and deal the 3-1. Change-up call, strike two, low in the zone. So a full count in coming to the 9-hole. And Kimbrell flipped the lineup over, the team leader in batting average at .419. Looking to get on base for the top of the lineup, who looms on deck. Ryan kicks and deals the payoff. Changeup just outside, ball four. Didn't miss by much, but the leadoff man is aboard for the Cavaliers here in the third. Disciplined take. And now back to the top of the order we go. It's States Farr.
Next, number 3, States Farr.
Farr singled back up the middle to start this game off. Now he'll step into the right-handed box here. Southpaw deals to first. Kimbrell dives back in safely. And chillier game, not too much wind here. The story of the tournament's been the wind's been more in the stratosphere. When the balls are hit in the air, they travel. The right-hander awaits. The first pitch is popped foul. Be 0-1. Coach Charlie calling some stuff out for his team. Whereas last out of the last inning was made on the base pass. Kimbrell over at first. He'll be gonna throw over there from Ryan. Kimbrell, 8 stolen bags this year. This Dorman team likes to run. They want to move runners in the scoring position, let the talented part of that top of the order come up. See if they can do some damage. Pick off at first. Kimbrell was leaning, but it will not be in time to get him. Ryan, long pause, now she'll fire. The 0-1. Called strike two. Curveball in the outer third of the zone. Coastal Carolina commit now 6 for 11 here in the Classic. Can he keep that hot streak going? He's behind 0-2. Ryan kicks and deals. The pitch is a curveball way outside. McCracken has to come out of his stance to grab it in the left-handed box. Of course, another high-profile game at the Classic, a rematch from 2 years ago. Miller faced a lot of familiar foes here in this Classic as Ryan will step off and immediately step back on. Farr have to twirl the bat around once before She comes back set. Now the 1-2. Breaking ball in the dirt. McCracken pounces on it. Runner goes to second. The throw is not in time. A great jump from Kimbrell puts the tying runner of the game in scoring position here with nobody out. Well, Kimbrell got an amazing jump right. That ball was in the dirt and immediately broke for second. McCracken, who got a good throw on it, was not in time to get Kimbrell his 9th stolen bag of the season. Now a runner in scoring position for Farr. He hits .391 in these situations. He has 17 RBIs in the year for a leadoff man. I mean, that's as impressive as it gets. And now time called again. Long pause between Ryan and Farr. Now Farr will come back in. Ryan looking for her first out here in the 3rd. 2-all, the pitch. Fastball low, gets through the legs of McCracken. They'll go to the backstop, and Kimbrell will move up 90 feet closer to 3rd. So Farr battles back, works the count full. 3-2, nobody gone here in the top of the 3rd. Tying runner of the game for Dorman, standing at 3rd, and Jamison Kimbrell. It's the leadoff man, states Farr the dish. Can Naomi Ryan find her way out of it? The payoff on the way. Swung through and missed. Elevated changeup and a big first out here in the 3rd inning.
Up next, number 2, Luke Thompson.
For Ryan, that's her 3rd punch out of the morning. She gets Farr down on strikes, and now it's one of her other strikeout victims, Luke Thompson, up for the 2nd time today. A left-handed bat here in the top of the Dorman lineup. Corners in for Miller. The first pitch from Ryan. It's a curveball that ties up Thompson, but not enough for him to go. Looked like he almost came around, but was able to just hold the bat back. No appeal down to either umpire. So it will be ruled ball 1. Of course, after Thompson, the dangerous Palmer Hornick awaits on deck. Bunt shown. The 0-1's popped into the air to the right side, but it will fall helplessly to the brick here. Found the wall, and we've seen a number of those pop-ups proved to be fatal this tournament. Miller School knows that very well. That pop-up ended the game. They had runners at 1st and 3rd with only 1 out. Tried to suicide squeeze to tie the game. Popped into the air. Carroll, the catcher, made the diving grab. And Indian Land was able to stave off a late comeback from the Miller School. They'll be playing in the championship game later today. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ryan deals the pitch. It's topped over to the right side and foul. It'll be 1-2. Thompson trying to produce in the clutch, hitting .318 with runners in scoring position. He's behind 1-2 here. Ryan, who just hit 40 pitches on the day. She'll throw her 42nd here. She'll kick and deal. The pitch. That one's popped into the air, shallow left center. Now it's the shortstop, Chef, who stays on the infield dirt, actually, to make the grab. He made 2 steps back and immediately came forward to grab that flare. There's now 2 away.
Now batting number 15, Palmer Hornick.
Well, now it's Palmer Hornick. Hornick has produced the 2 runs for the Cavaliers today. A 2-run shot over the right field fence back in the 1st inning. Those were RBIs number 31 and 32. The RBI leader here among the field in the Forest Acres Classic with his 10th RBI of the tournament now. Southpaw against Ryan, the first pitch. Breaking ball inside and low, ball 1. So Ryan, after surrendering a leadoff walk, that walk's gone all the way to 3rd, but then back-to-back outs now puts Dorman in jeopardy of being unable to score a run. The 1-0. That pitch is lined down that first base line, but it will hook foul. Well, Hornick's batting average has been creeping up at the Classic. He came in today hitting .400 exactly. He's now 7 for 11 here in Forest Acres with 2 homers. He's been as hot as anyone here in this Classic. The 1-1. Breaking ball upstairs, ball 2. Of course, this Miller team knows about what being hot in the Classic means. They have a former MVP, Charlie Fentner Award winner in center field, Mandela Brauman, the winner of it last year. Will not get a chance to win it this year, of course. That goes to the winner of the championship. The 2-1. And the dirt gets by McCracken. Now breaking for the plate is Kimbrell. The flip into home is in time, and the tag is made. McCracken, Ryan takes away the tying run at the plate. Hormick will walk back to the dugout, and Miller maintains their 1-run lead going to the bottom of the third. Welcome back to Forest Acres, South Carolina. After a pitch went to the backstop, Naomi Ryan lays the tag after a nice flip by McCracken to gun down the tying runner at the dish. And now Miller brings the top of the order up here in the third inning. It's Brauman, Dorsey, Schiff. New back out there, the Arkansas commit. First pitch is a fly ball that I even lost, I think, down the left field line. It will be foul. That was hit so hard and fast, I didn't even see where it went. I knew it was the left field side, but I couldn't tell if it was fair or foul. It will be a foul ball. Very long, hard strike one here against Brauman. Well, this is where New struggled back in the first. The 0-1 to the right-hander. The right-hander misses a little low with the off-speed, 1-1. Time call. Brauman got the offense going for the Miller School back in the first with a leadoff single where he came around to score. At that point, first run of the game for Miller and the lead cutter. The 1-1 hits Brauman in the back. He'll flip the bat back to the dugout and take a jog to first.
Up next, number 13,
second batter hit by Brennan New today. The first batter hit will now stroll up to the plate. It's Jay Dorsey. Dorsey was hit back in the first inning. He came around the score at that point, the tying run of the game. Dorsey 4 for 11 this classic with an RBI. Brauman at first. He's got speed, doesn't go. The first pitch is bunted into the air, right back to the pitcher. It'll be an easy pop-up for New, and out number 1. Dorsey got way too much of the bat there. An easy pop-up back to the pitcher, and there's now 1 away.
Up next, number 4, John Michael Sheff.
Now it's John Michael Sheff up. Sheff had an infield single as well back in the first inning. Runner goes, the right-hander comes home to the lefty. The first pitch called a ball, throw in a second, not in time. Brauman extends his now team-high 12th stolen base. There'll be an insurance runner now standing on second here. An 1-0 count here to the Virginia Tech commit, John Michael Sheff. The 1-0. Fastball call, strike 1, top of the zone. The most chantable name in this Forest Acres Classic, just chanted by his teammates in the dugout, John Michael Sheff. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away here. The 3-holder to the Miller School. The Mavericks lead at 3-2, looking to add to it. The 1-1. Bunt bluff by Chef. He pulls it back. Did he go around? No, he did not. We've seen numerous appeals here in Forest Acres. Not many have been called a swing. Disciplined hitters here in the Classic. Miller has one of those, well, a lot of those. 2-1. Swung through and missed. Changeup on the outside edge is now 2-2. Well, of course, Coach Wagner putting together one of the hardest schedules of anyone here in the nation. Miller School, you know, they have been facing pitchers like New all season. Can John Michael Chef produce here? The 2-2 on the way. Brauman takes off the pitch. Low ball 3. The throw into third is not in time, and Brauman steals his way to third. Back-to-back stolen bags for Brauman. Puts himself on third. And now a 3-2 count incoming to John Michael Chef with the DH Gabe Proctor waiting on deck. The payoff on the way. Got him looking, strike 3. Chef knew it. And there's now 2 away. We can always tell when a hitter knew they got rung up. Chef was one of those. Saw the pitch, put his head down, and walked back to the dugout. There's now 2 away. Morning. A couple of Falcons in the house watching this consolation game. First pitch, called a ball inside against the right-hander. Brauman on third, 1-0 count, 2 away here. New fires the fastball upstairs, ball 2. Gabe Proctor walked his first go-around. He was then caught in the double play that helped New work around some trouble in the first. Ellsworth Miller did their damage, 3 runs off the first 3 batters. The 2-0. Fastball called, strike 1. Finds the inside part of the zone against Proctor. There we go. The 2-1. Fastball, same location, strike 2. Inside third, and News 1 pitch from working out of the trouble here. In the third, a leadoff hit by pitch. New will wind and deal. The payoff will be given next pitch as the fastball misses wide. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away here in the bottom of the third. Miller leads at 3-2 with an insurance runner 90 feet away at third. The DH, Gabe Proctor, trying to produce here against the Arkansas commit. The payoff on the way. Misses inside. A low curveball will put runners at the corners now with 2 away.
Number 1, Noah Gray.
Second time Proctor's drawn a walk. It's one of the 3 walks allowed by New today. It'll now be Gabe Proctor at first. Noah Gray. Noah Gray hit a solo shot yesterday. First go around, he grounded into a double play. Right on right. First pitch. Fastball called, strike 1, low at the knees. Gray has 10 RBIs in the season. Can he make it number 11? The 0-1. Fastball up and in, ball 1. Well, New is not missing the zone by much. These Miller hitters discipline takes. The 1-1. Breaking ball called, strike 2. That one dips into the inside third late. Freezing Gray. Can the junior make some noise here? He's behind 1-2. The pitch on the way. Fastball is chopped over to the third base side. It will be foul, and we'll do it one more time. Miller, the biggest roster here in the tournament every year, and now they're gonna. Time is called at the dish. I believe they're gonna try to get him in a balk, is what Proctor was doing. News already balked once today, but time was called by Gray, which, you know, they saw some movement, some weird movement from New, and they tried to get him to mess up a bit. New doesn't budge there. Gabe Proctor will stay at first. Doesn't go, the 1-2. Swung through and missed. Heater on the outside edge. Gets Dorman out of the jam. New with his 4th punch out of the day. Keeps a 1-run deficit intact for Dorman. We'll go to the 4th.
Palmer Hornick.
Welcome back to Falcon Field. It's the consolation game here in the 2026 edition of the Forest Acres Classic, and with that brings a couple of Falcons, including one Dylan Hernandez. How we doing, Dylan?
Doing great.
Doing great. I know you said you were yesterday. You said you were going to come and watch this game. So
Yep.
you guys got here and been a good one so far. 3-2 lead.
Yep. Palmer Hornick up the bat. Man, he's had a great weekend.
He's had an incredible weekend. You missed his second homer of the tournament earlier today. He put one over the right field wall against Ryan. The only 2 runs Ryan has allowed all season. The 1-0 swung through and missed. Nice change up there. Puts it 1-1.
Where'd the home run go?
Over the right field fence.
Okay.
Right around pretty much where Rosales is playing in right.
Okay.
Shockingly, he's playing him where he hit the ball last. 1-1. Breaking ball, the dirt ball 2. Well, Dylan, you actually faced Naomi Ryan last year.
We did.
How much do you remember about that experience?
She's pretty good, to be honest. She's got a good all speed. She's a lefty, so her stuff runs a little bit.
See if it runs today. It's been doing so far. The 2-1. Fastball low and away, ball 3. And Hornick again gets up in the count 3-1. His number's been creeping up all tournament. Comes into today hitting 400 on base percentage for Palmer. Now up to 548.
Wow.
The 3-1 to the senior. Fastball, a 5-pitch walk.
What's his average this tournament?
This tournament, well, he is now 7 for 11. So
Okay.
you do the math. It's somewhere.
2 home runs?
2 home runs, a double, a triple, 10 RBIs.
Good tournament.
Very good tournament.
Probably the best hitter in this tournament, I would say.
I would say I think he's having
Have
the
the
best
best
tournament.
week.
Yeah, I told him, I said, he'd be in line for an MVP award if he was playing in this next game after us, but they took a game 1 loss to TC Robertson.
Yep.
That's why they're sitting here. Ryan fires to the cleanup hitter Dean, who chops one foul to the left side. It'll be 0-1.
He had a home run yesterday, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Or 2 days ago, I believe. He just had an
Okay.
RBI yesterday. But yes, Dean does have Dean has a home run in this tournament. That was against River Bluff. An epic back and forth game between them.
It's been a lot of home runs this weekend.
A lot of home runs. I can't believe we didn't get one. You were close.
I know.
Against this Miller team, actually. The 0-1. Breaking ball is foul. He'll go off the hitter. And Dylan, you told me yesterday, you said you thought that ball did everything perfectly. It just tailed foul.
Yeah, that one sucks that one didn't go out. That would have helped us.
It would have helped us a little bit more than it did.
Got another chance yesterday, and
Now, you delivered yesterday
Yes,
in the
sir.
clutch. Tied the game in the 7th before Indian Land walked it off.
yes, sir.
That's why the Falcons are not here right now, but got to turn it over to the last half of the season. The 0-2. That ball is drilled deep to left field. Grady
Deep.
going back toward the wall, has room, and makes the
it
one-handed grab.
Not a bad swing. Might have capped it.
Just enough for it to not leave the yard for a long fly out for out number 1.
Now batting number 7, Logan.
Now Logan McGarity. McGarity flew out to the center fielder his first time around. That was a nice play from Brownman, who, I know you guys got robbed by him a couple times earlier this week.
Yep.
What's it like facing a good center fielder when you think you put a good swing on the ball and he
my
just runs it
gosh.
down?
I think we swung the bat well this week in a lot of barrels, and some of them just didn't fall. You know,
That's baseball, unfortunately. First
Yep.
pitch changeup misses upstairs for ball 1.
every game this week's been pretty good. Every game's been close.
I think I
so.
talked to some of the Indian Land parents. He said, we have a saying over in Indian Land, baseball sucks. That's how it goes.
Yep.
Of course, with all the talent this week, get some of those games as the 1-0 is grounded over to the right side, out of the reach of Ryan, the pitcher. The second baseman, Dorsey, with the bare hand, cannot make it. That will allow Hornick to take third on the aggressiveness.
It's good base running by Hornick.
Great base running. You saw that ball was not fielded cleanly by the second baseman. Dorsey takes off for third and gets there. That will be
Up
Wood.
next, number 5, Austin
Infield
Ross.
single for Austin Raff. Well, for McGarity, now it's a Raff. Chance to produce for Dorman. The tying run at third, 1 away here in the top of the 4th. Heavyweight fight here between Miller and Dorman in the consolation game. You've also faced this Dorman team. Back
We
in the
actually
IP
faced the
Classic.
pitcher too.
How? What do you remember from that?
The pitcher's pretty good. I mean, got velo, good slider.
First pitch upstairs, ball 1.
Dorman team can hit though. Probably one of the best lineups in South Carolina, I would say.
I would agree. You've placed both these teams, and
Yep.
Miller racked up 9 hits against us.
Yep. That's 2 really good teams.
The 1-0. Upstairs, ball 2. Dylan, when you're catching, I know the pitches you won't call, but do you figure out the location, or is that also not? Do you have input at all?
No, it's really much up to Hallett.
Where do you think was working against, the hitters? Inside, outside,
Against
location?
Miller?
Both teams, whatever you
Okay.
want. Put some music on the background.
I would say we've really this year worked on putting not just working outside, also inside. I think it's helped our pitchers a lot to get more outs. Hitters aren't really expecting painted inside fastballs, and I'd say that's what our pitching staff is doing really well this year, working both sides of the plate with all speed. So
you think that worked against these teams?
Yes, I think it definitely worked against Miller. Dorman, we had some young guys on the mound, but I don't think we played that bad.
You know, we only have, what is it now, 5 losses in the season?
5 losses.
Those 5 losses are all against very good teams.
All against 5A teams and then Miller. So, I mean, I'd say all games were pretty close. We played Blythewood both times. We lost to Miller. Dorman, they got us. The game was kind of shortened too, so.
I mean, yeah, you know, we feel like we've been playing from behind a lot of the year. And
Yep.
That was one of those games got behind and you didn't get a chance to really have a comeback. That game was cut short in the 4th inning.
Yep. Let's see if Dorman can tie this game.
Yeah, Barnes at the corners, 2-0 count now to Austin Rath. He lined out to the center field. That was the great play made by Brauman today and a pickoff back at first.
He's hitting pretty well this tournament too, isn't he?
Austin Rath, yeah, the hero of their 2nd game of the season. Rath now coming in 4 of 12 this tournament with 2 doubles and 2 ribbies. Southpaw will wheel and deal, the 2-0. Swung through and missed, an outside changeup. It's 2-1. It's a cooler morning again, Dylan, but the sun's starting to peek through the clouds here in Forest Acres. Not too windy. The 2-1 on the way. It's popped foul to the right side. That'll be 2-2. I've seen a couple of your teammates here earlier today. I know.
Yeah.
I saw Sam and Lucas Bryce were throwing around on the ice earlier today. I'm sure everyone else is running around somewhere. Maybe watching at home.
Yep.
Y'all get a couple days off now until Sunday, right? Get to at least enjoy the rest of your spring break.
We'll have practice Sunday. We'll get back at it.
2-2. That breaking ball's on the ground to the second baseman,
That'll
Dorsey. It will do it. He has to go to first. He'll get the out there, but it'll be an RBI ground out for Rath to tie this game at 3. Nice piece of hitting from Rath. Took the outside breaking ball, pokes it to the right side of the infield. Dorsey's only plays at first. He makes it for the 2nd out of the inning.
You know, the good part about this tournament is these will probably be 3 of the hardest games we play the rest of the year. I'd say York's pretty hard in our region. We got 6 region games and 2 out-of-region games, I'm pretty sure. Lugoff and Mountain View.
Yep, and we get Dreer, Lancaster, and
York
in that order. First pitch to the right-hander, misses inside, ball 1. Bryson Davis to the dish, who popped out to the first baseman's first go-around when Connor Lockhart did a nice grab after that ball tailed on him at the end. And you know, Dylan, yesterday, we're one of the top teams in 4A. One of the other top teams in 4A, Fountain Inn lost yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
To who?
I believe Wren.
Okay.
The 1-0.
You know, Airport's also a really good 4A team. They're really scrappy.
Yeah, we will not get to see them unless we're playing for a championship. And I don't know if you were paying attention. I know you guys were getting warm before that game, but a lot of great collegiate War Eagles were in attendance for that game.
I saw that. I did see some of them.
You know, they have been.
I know they beat Airport.
They did coming into the tournament. They did 1-1, and that's a game that'll be for the region on Monday. You know, we played this great collegiate team here earlier, and they weren't as highly touted as they are now. They've been shooting up the rankings.
Yep. I guess we underestimated them a little bit. It was a really close game, 2-1.
Yeah, they had a great pitcher. Brogan Sox had a great outing against us.
Really good.
The southpaw kicks and deals the 1-1. Breaking ball. Stays wide, ball 2.
I think Airport lost 9-0 against Gray, right?
No, it was 5-4.
5-4?
5-4. It was a close game for them.
Okay.
It was a close game, maybe earlier, maybe last year or something. I wasn't paying attention, but it was 5-4 loss, I believe.
Okay. They've only played them once?
Yes, they'll play them on Monday. The 2-1. That ball is a high pop-up on the left side behind the third baseman. Tomlinson has it in foul ground. Will make the two-handed grab to retire this side. But not before Dorman strikes. An RBI ground up from Austin Rath brings Dorman even. A 3-3 ball game going to the back half. We are back here in the back half of the consolation game of the bracket. Miller and Dorman, two heavyweights here in the Classic, and rounding out what's been a great field here this year. One of the most talented classes we've ever seen. Alex Ross, Dylan Hernandez with you for the bottom of the fourth. Miller has now drawn even with Dorman. Can they retake the lead? They'll get Austin Rath coming over from third base. Right first pitch from Rath.
I think I heard yesterday Brittany was only on a 50 pitch count, so I guess they took him out pretty early.
Yeah, that checks out. He was around the 46-ish mark when I think when they took him out. I didn't exactly see the pitching, but sounds about right. The 1-1. Swung through and missed, change up low. Well, Dylan, you made the comment during the half inning that this Miller team certainly looks the part. A massive lineup, you said.
Yep. They always come in looking pretty scary at the box, so I'd say they're always a good team.
Called strike 2, slider on the outside edge, and they looked the part against us. They racked up 9 hits against us, and we still had a chance to win at the end. We had a late game bid to try to come back and just fell a little short. The 1-2, just a little low and away, discipline taken. Miller, I feel, has been taking disciplined balls all weekends.
I like to see our team fighting back, though. I mean, we were down, I think, all 3 games.
There's no quit, absolutely. Yeah, we played from behind, brought 2 of them back, and almost brought the Miller one back. Would have put the tying run at second place if the game had not ended.
We had a chance to win all game, so
that's all you can ask for in tournaments like these.
Yep.
Well, payoff now will be incoming here to the leadoff man, Connor Lockhart. The right-hander awaits the pitch. Is tapped foul, and we'll do it one more time. Rath making his 3rd appearance on the hill. 2 innings, pitch a scoreless baseball. Sophomore did not appear in a game on the mound last year as a freshman, but see if he can keep it going here when Brennan New started. The payoff from Rath. Fastball was chopped over to the shortstop. A tough hop for Far. He feels on the backhand. The new third baseman Atkins will collect the ball, but that'll be an error on the shortstop to lead off the inning.
27, Jackson
Tough play.
Rosales.
That's always a tough hop, and it looked like it was a weird one for Far. He was in between trying to field it on the short and the long. He tried to get it right off the short and came up a little harder than he intended it to. So now Jackson Rosales up. He struck out looking his first go around, but this is his first time facing Rath, right on right. Well, Dylan, you played both these lineups. I feel like these lineups are 2 of the most disciplined teams in the tournament.
Yeah, definitely. We didn't face TC Robertson, so.
They're very disciplined as well. We'll see them a little later. And Indian Land, I feel like, was very disciplined as well last night, making us pitch to them, and they capitalized early. Dancing off first, Lockhart. Caught him in a little mid-jump, so he was at a dive back a little closer than he intended it to be, though. Yeah, we've seen Palmer Hornick do a couple dancing off second and steps back in. The 1-0. That ball is shot into center field. Going back is Thompson at the wall. He looks up and it is off the wall, and it will be out of play. Looks like there's an opening in that center field fence, so it'll be a ground rule double, which will force Lockhart to go back to third. And I'm not even sure that ball just appeared into the fence. Do you know what's out there in center? I'm not even sure where it went.
It might have went under the windscreen, I think.
Really?
I think it's in the windscreen or stuck in the padding, maybe.
And you guys maybe on stream, for those who are looking, it is Nash and Thompson are trying to figure out where that ball went. They're still having trouble digging it out. And finally, Carter Nash gets it out. I think you're right. I think it went under the windscreen. Yeah. So, that windscreen may potentially rob Rosales of an RBI. Well, 2 on, nobody gone here now. For the bottom half of the order, Tristan McCracken, who's getting the start today, giving Cody Peck a chance to chill on the bench after catching the first 3 games. Infield will come in for Dorman.
It's 3-4?
No, it is 3-3. This run was put up there presumptuously after they assumed Lockhart, which probably would have come home with a score on the double had he not got caught in the center field fence. First pitch to the right-hander, swung through and missed. A fastball for strike 1.
Oh, well, it's runners on second and third. Looks like a big inning.
This is the chance to capitalize.
No, it's 3-3.
Now it should be changed. At least it was on the other side. The 0-1.
Pitch.
Call, strike 2. Breaking ball in the top part of the zone. Now the scoreboard's back to what it should be, 3-3 game. Well, Tomlinson waits on deck, and the lineup flips over to Browman afterwards. The 0-2. Swung through and missed. Elevated fastball. Gets a big first out of the inning for Rath. Well, how important is he to get a strikeout there in that sense?
Now batting number 3, Will Tomlinson.
See, when your ninth batter looks like this, you know they got a pretty strong lineup.
Tom Lengthy, third baseman for Will Tomlinson, up for the second time of the game. He grounded into a double play last time.
Is that the same third baseman that played against us last year?
Yes, he started all 4 games now.
Really good defensively.
Very good, absolutely. First pitch to him. That's a soft grounder over the shortstop far. They're going to come home with the play. It is a tag and is out.
Wow.
Davis lays the tag on Lockhart.
It's not what you want.
Not at all. Rosales will be forced to stay at second. A fielder's choice, and now there's a path out of the inning, but it runs through Mandela Browman.
Saved the big inning right there. Is 2 outs.
He did.
Mandela Browman can.
Oh, he can deliver. Don't worry.
Can deliver.
9 RBIs for the senior. He had an RBI yesterday in the win against Lexington. Can he come up in the clutch here? Well, you know, a strikeout and then a gun down to the plate. States Far delivered a strike to the plate. Davis laid the tag on Lockhart. Second time a runner's been gunned down today at the plate. The first pitch to Browman. Upstairs off speed. Yeah, ball 1. You know, against us, that upside part of the zone was not being called yesterday.
No, sir.
You know, we are usually pretty quiet about the strike zone here. At least I am. But,
yeah.
you know, Jeff will give us take or two as the 1-0. That one's on the ground to the shortstop.
Far,
a tough hop. Can he collect? No, he cannot. Everybody is safe.
Ooh,
that ball skipped
really
up on Far. Yeah, it's his second error of the inning. I'll load him back up now for Jay Dorsey.
2 tough errors for him.
You know, yeah, so as I was saying, I'm pretty quiet about the strike zone. What I think is, you know, a strike or a ball. But, you know, Jeff will give it.
I don't think Sam was getting that high pitch yesterday.
Jeff tuned in like a time or two. Jeff tuned in a lot of times or two yesterday.
Come on, Rath, get out of it here.
Well, right on right for the 2-hole. Jay Dorsey, can he come in the clutch? Right on right. Bases juiced. 2 away. First pitch.
You know, it looks like Connor Wells is warming up in the pen.
Yeah, we saw Wells in relief in the first game.
Yeah. I guess they're trying to not pitch him as much this tournament, but maybe you see a close game. They might.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they were planning to do with him. I know he wasn't intended to start, I don't believe, this tournament. The 1-0. Call strike 1. Change him on the inside edge. Brings the count even to 1s. But obviously, he warmed up in the bullpen. I infamously said on Monday, famous fast words, I said, I doubt we'll see him come in relief. Well, he came in relief.
Yeah.
Here's your announcer jinx. The 1-1. That fastball's popped foul, and it's 1-2. Rath one pitch away from getting out of the inning. How impressive would this be for the sophomore, Dylan, to find a way through this inning?
Man, that would definitely be big for them. Have some momentum. I could see them having a big inning if they get out of this.
It's been the young arms in this tournament. The 1-2. Breaking ball is flown out to right center field. Can Nash run it down? It'll be Nash and Thompson, the center fielder, makes the grab in right center field.
That's a good inning for him.
Austin Rath works around 2 on and no out. And Dorman will bring the bats up in the 5th in a 3-3 ball game. Welcome back to Falcon
Leading off for
Field.
Dorman.
Miller and Dorman here in the consolation game. So far, it's a 3-3 ball game.
Carter Nash.
Carter Nash up. It's 8-9-1 here against Ryan. She's still out there and giving them some strong innings at 65 pitches through the first 4. First pitch to the right-hander is swung through and missed. A changeup.
Is Carter Nash a freshman?
Carter Nash is a freshman. He has one of the 4 Dorman hits today. He lined his single into the right field side.
Okay.
Go, Chan.
This guy's fast.
He is. Southpaw winds and deals the pitches and the dirt for ball 1. However, Nash got picked off, tries to use that speed a little too aggressively.
Oh,
and
wow.
Ryan made him pay for it. She picked off, he was in motion to second, and a nice throw from Lockhart to Chef. That was how the second ended it. The 1-1, upstairs and away, ball 2. You know, Nash doesn't look like a freshman. I feel like a lot of these freshmen don't look like freshmen in this tournament.
No, sir.
Or the sophomores, for that matter. Carter Nash, 2-sport athlete, plays football up there for Dorman as well. The 2-1 is tapped foul to be 2-2.
Ranked pretty high as a freshman, right?
Very high as a freshman. Diamond Prospect's one of the top freshmen in that class here in the state.
I think he's ranked nationally, too.
I would assume so, yes. Yeah, they have the number 3rd overall freshman in that class.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't look at the national stuff too much.
Your 8th
unless-
batter's ranked 3rd in the freshman class. That's pretty good.
Very good. The 2-2. Breaking ball just away. Ball 3, 3-2. The count now to the leadoff man in the 5th. Yeah, the national. It's always weird for me in the national to look at it. It's so young because a lot changes so early.
Yeah.
I usually look at the national stuff when you get to like the junior, senior year level.
Yep.
Of course, Connor Wells ranked nationally, still in the bullpen, getting warm for Dorman. Curious if we see him come in relief. He pitched a dominating against the Rams in Game 1.
You could probably say he's the best junior pitcher in the state.
Yes. Payoff on the way is tapped foul. Of course, his teammate Brendan New may try to argue that, but Wells has the number 1 player in the state, according to Diamond Prospects, and is nationally ranked, of course. We saw him again in Game 1 where he almost struck out the side and ended up for weak ground out. The payoff on the way to Nash one more time is sky-high pop-up in left center field. Brauman, center fielder, will drift over to his right and make the play for out number 1. We talked about all defensively. I think I talked about it in that Lexington game. Brauman would have to be up there. He has been brilliant in center field.
Yeah.
Jamison Kimball.
I feel like
So he's a really good leadoff hitter.
very good leadoff hitter, very good center fielder. I feel like I kind of relate to the tournament Brandon Cromer had last year for Lexington, where I feel like he's just everywhere.
Yeah.
The Rams showing up for their championship game in their navy blue pinstripe uniforms. Now the southpaw will try to flip the lineup over. It's Jamison Kimbrell who takes ball 1 high. Kimbrell drew the leadoff walk back in the 3rd. Was gunned down to the plate after a pass ball. Tried to come home on it, was flipped out. 1-0. That one's lined over the second baseman into right field for a base knock. Rosales tries to come out firing. I think he was trying to get that into first as it was hit so hard, but couldn't get the ball cleanly in his glove, so it'll be a 1-out single.
Do one more inning.
You heard Dylan Hernandez himself. One more inning for the junior here. Before I guess you're going to throw, or
I'm just gonna watch the game. See.
and you want to enjoy it?
Chill it, yeah.
You want to enjoy? I appreciate you hopping on with me. It's
Yeah.
always fun hearing players' perspective. I played for a couple years, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I know the game, but I don't
Yeah.
know the ins and outs like y'all do with all the technical stuff.
State's 4.
Starting back to the top of the order we go. 3rd time through the order is a first pitch. That one's a sky-high pop-up deep into center field. Brauman goes to the track, but then will take a couple of steps in to make the grab. There's 2 away. Well, I think I told Monty yesterday, and I've said a couple times in this tournament, that ball was hit maybe even later in the day. That may travel a little farther.
Luke Thompson.
It's cold out.
Yeah, it's cold out, of course. Your physics lesson of the day, and
Well, you saw one of I think it was Dorman. I forgot who. The sophomore who's on the mound.
Rath, he put one in the center. Yeah,
Carried out there, hit off the
carried
fence
out.
for a walk-off.
Yeah, of course that was a little later in the day.
Yeah.
It's still cold this morning. Now the pitch,
good
a beautiful
pitch.
curveball, strike 1, looking to Thompson. Yeah, no, if your quick physics lesson of the day, cold, warm air rises. So that ball, when it's in the warm air, rises. The 0-1, breaking ball there, gets away from a crack, and go-ahead runner of the game will now move into scoring position here with 2 away.
That's a different catcher, isn't it? For Miller?
Yes, it is. McCracken catching his first game of the tournament.
Okay.
believe he caught the championship game last year
Okay.
between Miller and us. Of course, giving Cody Peck a day off. Catching, I'm sure you know, catching 4 days in a row is not,
It's
not
hard.
easy.
The Cody kid is really good behind the plate.
Very
I really
great.
like
Defensively
I really like
stout.
what he did.
1-1. Ball
It's a
is
good
tapped
swing.
into center field. Can Brauman run it down? That carries all the way to the track. But it is made for out number 3. That ball was off the end of the bat. But a drive out to center field is how this inning ends.
All right.
3-3. Thank you, Dylan. We'll be
Yes,
right back here
sir.
with you. Welcome back to Falcon Field. Dylan will leave the commentary booth with me, or the commentary bleachers, and he'll take a front row seat to watch this heavyweight battle go towards its conclusion. 3-3 ball game here at the Classic. Of course, another great game on hand. It's going to be Austin Rath facing the heart of this Miller order. 3-4-5. John Michael Sheff leading it off. The left-hander takes strike one, looking. Change up on the outside edge. Rams and Warriors are arriving here for their championship contest. That will be slated for a 1 o'clock first pitch. The 0-1. Right-hander throws, and that ball is dribbled down the first base line and fell. You know, you look at this game, and sometimes how it works out, the consolation game, is the two teams in the championship, or who these two teams lost to. 0-2. Rath will kick and deal. The pitch. A high chopper to the left side of the infield. States Far, the shortstop, has it in the hole. Will not make a throw as that ball perfectly placed. And the go-ahead runner aboard here to begin the 5th for Miller.
Now batting number 17, Gabe Proctor.
Well, sometimes the most well-struck ball results in a hit. That one off the end of the bat from John Michael Sheff poked it to the left side of the infield and would have been way too tough of a play for Far to make. It's now one away here for Gabe Proctor, the DH. Austin Rath had a great end to the last inning. He was able to strike out 2 of his last 3 batters to keep Miller off the board. The right hand versus the right hand. First pitch called strike 1. Change him on the inside edge. Of course, if I had to guess what's going to happen, Rath would at least try to go through this inning, and then maybe Connor Wells on for the last inning or 2 for Dorman. Rath will step off. It's almost like he didn't even look over and then instinctively look back. Sheff at first, who was kind of jumping around over there. You know, that's the one that I can never figure out. I was never a pitcher, but I can't figure out how they can sense the guy at first base. I feel like I could never do that. The 0-1. Fastball's popped foul, 0-2. Of course, again, Rath's first appearance on the mound. Or first appearance on the mound this tournament. He has 2 appearances in the season. You have no earned runs now over 3 innings pitched. Can he keep that 0 streak going? Now a pickoff to first. Sheff was leaning, but a little too close to the bag for it to be successful. So far today, Proctor's walked twice. Those were both back against New. Chef at first, another big lead. That was a good move. Chef just gets his hand back in there safely, flirting with fire over there, John Michael Chef. Chef, 7 stolen bags. He's been thrown out twice so far this season. Of course, this Miller team has played such elite competition so far this season. Has them theoretically built for these type of games. The 0-2 is pop foul, defensive swing from Proctor. Pick off another one at first. This time it was a kind of a flop back in for Chef. He was about maybe a foot or two off the bag, if that. Number 8th player in Virginia in that senior class. Slowly, a pretty short lead now after being picked off by Rath. Now he goes. The 0-2 is popped to the right side and foul out of play. So Chef, who had about a 2-step lead, was able to jump and then go against Rath, but the foul ball puts him back at first. And seeing that now, Davis will come out and talk to his pitcher. You know, we saw in the big leagues, like someone like Juan Soto will get like a walking lead. It's kind of what it felt like Chef just did. Kind of got a short lead, waiting for the pickoff, and then after he felt like he wasn't going to pick off, jumped and went. Gave him a pretty good jump, but his teammate did him a little dirty. Put it foul. The 0-2. Fastball upstairs. Ball 1, maybe an intentional fair from Davis in case Chef wanted to go. Chef didn't budge. It's now 1-2. Now time called on the hill. It's been a lot of younger pitchers here in this tournament making big impacts. Of course, the Falcons had a lot of young arms go these last couple days. Can Rath be the next one? A pick off to first, not in time. This is where my favorite tournament, just because pitching a premium. You get to see a lot of arms. You may not get as much limelight here. Dorman had a big arm go earlier. Cooper Hornick gave them some massive innings in the first game of the tournament. Can Rath do the same? The 1-2. Swung through and missed. Change up in the dirt. Gets Proctor to go down on strikes for the first out of the inning.
Now batting number 1, Noah Gray.
It's a second strikeout the right-hander accumulates, and now it's Noah Gray, the Eastern Carolina commit. Chef still lurking over at first. The right-handed left fielder will dig in for the 3rd time today. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground into a double play. Dorman has been able to turn 2 double plays in this game. 1 in the first, 1 in the second. It's helped them navigate this tough Miller lineup. Chef over at first, he goes. The pitch, low and away, ball 1, the throw in a second. A good throw is not in time. Chef able to slide to the outside part of the bag to avoid the tag. That was not an easy pitch to throw on. Chef got a good jump as well, and a great throw from Davis. Almost got Chef. Seen some nice slides this tournament. That was one right there. Count is 1 ball, no strikes, 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th. 3-3 ball game between Dorman and Miller. The 1-0. Breaking ball is tapped foul. It's 1-1. Another successful tournament for Noah Gray. He played in this game 2 years ago, went 2 for 3 with 2 doubles against Dorman. Rath will look back, Chef at second. Of course, Noah Gray was a freshman back then. Now the junior, been a mainstay here in this Miller lineup. 10 RBIs for him this season. The 1-1. Called strike 2. Change up on the high inner third. Noah Gray, who came into this tournament 4 of 8 today, looking for his first hit of the day. He's behind 1-2 here against the young sophomore. Rath. Size. Kicks and deals the pitch. Got him swinging. Strike 3. Sped a heater by him, and there's 2 away.
Now batting number 7, Connor Lockhart.
Austin Rath 1 away from getting out of this inning. It'll be Connor Lockhart, who's as good a tournament as anyone here. Lockhart reached on the air last time around. He's also struck out looking so far today. Lockhart was the victim of the out at home back in the last inning where it's a soft, weak ground ball got to Farr, and Farr gunned him down at the plate. It would have been the insurance run that would have been deciding right now. Right on right, first pitch, breaking ball in the left-handed box, ball 1. Again, Chef still dancing over at second. A little harder to steal third, but potentially with the right-hander in the box, Chef may give it a whirl. Now a pickoff back at second. Just to keep Chef close. It's a lot harder to pick off at second. You basically got to flip your whole body around before you make the throw. Gives the runner a lot of time to react. Chef, who's got a pretty big lead, but that's the standard lead for second for pretty much every team here at the Classic. The 1-0. Fastball misses inside, ball 2. Raff, couple glances at second. He'll come home, the 2-0. Change-up misses, that ball gets away from the catcher. The throw into third as Chef takes off is in time. Chef got a bad break of the ball, thought that ball was going away from the catcher Davis. Doesn't really, and Davis makes a strong throw to third to get his team out of the inning. It's 3-all going to the 6th when we come back. Well, I'll come back on real quick. We want to thank our sponsors here one more time in this consolation game. Of course, 2 more innings of this very close game with 2 great teams in front of us, and we wouldn't be able to really put this tournament on without our sponsors. Of course, sponsors for the Classic, helping people find places to stay here down in Forest Acres. The grounds crew, the field looks beautiful every single year for this thing. We couldn't thank them enough. And of course here, our sponsors on Definite Fiction, and as well as the Classic, the Richland 215, the Legion team here in the state. They're an American Legion team, a summer ball team that you can play in the summer that's free of charge and against some of the best competition in the state. You get to play for your district and play with maybe not just the high school, high school friends. You can play with teams, players you grew up with who are in the same area as you. You're playing for the Post. I remember Sam telling me the whole Post came for playoff games, and it proved to be fruitful. A state championship 215 team we got to see here on Definite Fiction all last summer. So go to your local Legion's team to sign up today and potentially get featured on Definite Fiction yet again. And then, of course, the Big Red Box Dumpster Company, Coach Dorsey's day job. He coaches the 215 in the summer, and he runs a Big Red Box Dumpster Company in the, all year round. It's a all-inclusive private waste disposal company. What they'll do, they'll bring a dumpster, you fill it up, they'll take it away. It's that simple. To book a dumpster, call 803-783-6832 or go to www.bigredboxdumpstercompany.com. All right, we head to the back half of this one now. It's been a pitcher's duel so far. Naomi Ryan, who, what a Paul Skeens-esque, kind of sprinted, a little skip in the between, and sprints to the rubber, will come back for more. She's been able to successfully kind of limit this Dorman lineup so far. So far, I believe this is the least amount of runs they've scored through 5 innings, only 3. Well, Palmer Hornick leading off, lefty versus lefty. First pitch, call, strike 1, changeup on the outside edge. Hornick has had success here against Ryan, the most success in this Cavalier lineup. He's homered and reached on a walk in his 2 plate appearances, scoring 2 of the 3 runs. The 0-1, breaking ball skipped in, ball 1. And besides Hornick, Dorman lineup's been limited. Can Palmer give Dorman a chance to strike here in the 6th? The 1-1. The southpaw grounds one off the first base bag, pops into the air. That could have been a double, instead will hold up. As Hornick, the southpaw, puts a ball right to the first base bag. It pops straight into the air, gets past Lockhart, the first baseman, so a leadoff single for Hornick that really could have been more if it would have skipped past the first base bag.
Now batting number 6, Braylon D.
It's now the 2nd hit of the game for Hornick, the 6th hit these Cavaliers have been able to rack up against Ryan. Looks like there's no one in the bullpen for Miller as Dorman, well actually now there is. The first pitch is curveball, low ball one to the cleanup hitter, right-handed Braylon Dean. There actually finally is some Miller action in the bullpen, as I can see the catcher warming up someone. Southpaw looks back, Hornet comes home, the 1-0 is called, strike one, fastball inner third. Well, I say it every time, for the away team I can easily see their bullpen. For the home team, I know there's someone there, I just don't know who it is. See the catcher getting warm. 1 ball, 1 strike, the pitch. Swung through and missed, a curveball on the outside edge, it's 1-2. So far today, Dean is 0-2. Strikeout looking and a fly out.
Come on, 6. Compete.
He's behind 1-2 here against the Southpaw. She'll kick and deal. The pitch is popped into the air. Defensive swing stays alive. Well, I've not had a chance to talk about it. Dorman in their 4th uniforms of the week. They're all baby blues and red lettering. Kind of looks like a little bit AC Flora-esque, but blue's not exactly the same. Miller, and they're all whites and pinstripes.
Let's go.
Beautiful look for the Miller School, and of course for Dorman. The 1-2. Curveball misses in the left-handed box. 2-2.
Come on, bud. On time here.
Ryan will come set. Kick and deal, the 2-2. Fastball, that one's on the ground to the third baseman. Tomlinson gloves it. On to second for 1. Dorsey to first. 5-4-3 double play. Well, Dylan Hernandez alluded to it earlier. That third baseman's got a great glove. Tomlinson gloves the grounder, flips it to second for 1, and the second baseman turns it for a double play.
Now batting number 7, Logan McGarity.
There's now 2 away for the DH, Logan McGarity. McGarity is singled and flown out in his 2 plate appearances thus far. Again, the senior started up for the Cavalier offense here with 2 away in the top of the 6th. The right-hander waits. Ryan winds and deals the first pitch, upstairs changeup, a little above the zone on the outside edge, ball 1. Ryan will wind and deal the 1-0. Change up wide, ball 2.
Come on, low.
And from McGarity, one of the 2 Cavaliers familiar with this Miller team. He played them 2 years ago. The 2-0. Called, strike 1. Change up on the inner third. Just 2 Cavaliers played in that championship game in the 2024 rendition of the Forest Acres Classic. 7 Mavericks were in that game that are on the field today. The 2-1. Fastball up around the eyes. 3-1 now to McGarity. McGarity looking for a 2-out base runner here in the 6th inning. It's been a closely contested game. 3-3 the score. Ryan winds and deals the pitch. Called strike 2. Change up on the inside third of the zone. Inner third, if you will. There'll be a payoff here to the DH McGarity. If it gets that far, Austin Rath awaits on deck. The payoff on the way is pop foul. We'll do it one more time. Been a great rendition of the Forest Acres Classic this year. As you heard Dylan, 9 games decided by 1 run. 11 out of the 12 have been close. The payoff on the way. Curveball just misses low. A disciplined take from McGarity draws the 2-out walk.
Come on, Raph.
Well, 1 on, 2 away for Austin Rath, but this may be all for Ryan. She's had 94 pitches, and the southpaw has given Miller some great length today. It may not go down as her best stat line of the year, but this may be her best start against a talented Dorman lineup. A lot of high fives from around the infield as Coach Wagner will go to his bullpen. The senior, with her best rendition here in the Forest Acres Classic, will turn it over. We'll be right back to see who it is. It's a pitching change here in the Classic, the first one for Miller. Naomi Ryan giving Miller some great length. 94 pitches, 5 2/3 innings, and now Austin Rath at the dish. He'll get the right-handed Dylan O'Connor here with a runner on first and 2 away. O'Connor sighs and comes home. The lengthy right-hander deals on that. It's a ground row to the third base side. The shortstop, John Michael Sheff, makes a backhanded play and flips it to second for the force out. Well, a good piece of hitting from Rath, but a better play from the shortstop gets Miller back in the dugout. They'll look to break the 3-3 ball game. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Welcome back to beautiful Forest Acres, South Carolina.
Number 7.
Starting to warm up here a bit. It's above 60 degrees for the first time today as they make it a little hotter. In comes the number 1 junior in the state, Connor Wells. The LSU commit, the top pitcher in that junior class, the number 1 overall player. He pitched a scoreless inning against T.C. Robertson earlier this week. Now the southpaw will get 6, 7, 8 here for Miller. The right-hander, Connor Lockhart, will be the first man to greet him. Wells will wind and deal. The first pitch. Fastball low, ball 1. Well, Lockhart was at the plate when the last inning ended. It's a ball in the dirt that Sheff tried to take third on. Davis made him pay from behind the dish. The 1-0, swung through and missed. Fastball on the outside edge, 1-1. Well, Connor Wells now making his 7th appearance of the season, a 1.12 ERA over 25 innings pitched. The southpaw has been excellent for Dorman this season. The 1-1, swung through, a changeup, it's 1-2. In the inning against the Rams in game 1, Wells had 2 punch-outs and a weak ground out. He's ahead 1-2 here against Lockhart to begin his outing. The pitch. Fastball low, maybe a changeup. That ball looked like a fastball that dipped out late. It's always impressive how these pitchers can mask their pitches to me. Out of the hand, it looks like one thing. I'm right behind home plate. I can see it. And then all of a sudden, something else. 2-2 the count. Wells fires. That pitch is fouled back. They'll stay at 2 balls, 2 strikes here to the leadoff man. Wells at the plate, 2 for 5 and the 2 doubles in the tournament. This will be his 2nd appearance. He's been all over for Dorman here in the week of April. 2-2. Curveball got him swinging, strike 3. Pulls the string out from Lockhart, just shakes his head. It's 1 away.
Now batting, number 27, Jackson.
That's now the
Rosales.
7th strikeout for Dorman pitchers. Wells relieving Austin Rath, who pitched 2 scoreless innings of baseball. He left the bases loaded back in the 5th and then got through a clean, or left in the 4th and got through a clean 5th inning. It's now Jackson Rosales up. Right-hander greets Wells. The first pitch, fastball low in the zone, blown by Rosales. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Rosales scorched a ball into center field and got robbed of an RBI. The 0-1. Breaking ball in the left-handed box. Ball 1. That ball actually got caught behind like the wind netting in a sense, and he actually probably would have had a runner come around from first and scoring. Said it's a 3-3 game. The 1-1. That one's fought off foul to the right side. 1-2. Well, Miller has faced all these different teams. I don't know if they've ever faced anyone like Connor Wells. The southpaw can dial it up into the mid-90s, and that breaking ball, curveball especially, is his go-to. The 1-2. Swung through and missed. He gets him with the changeup there. And now there's 2 away here in the 6th.
Up next, number 29, Tristan McCracken.
Well, just like his first 2, back-to-back punch-outs. I remember after Wells went his first 2 batters against T.C. Robertson, both Coach Dorsey for the 2-1-5 and Austin Scott, Charlie Scott's dad for the Falcons, both came by and looked at me and said, wow. Wow, indeed. The southpaw versus the righty. McCracken takes a fastball inside for ball 1. Wells comes back to the rubber, shakes him off, and now the southpaw wheels and deals the 1-0. Curveball called, strike 1 on the outside edge here against the right-hander. Connor looking for a 1-2-3, bottom of the 6th, the 1-1. Breaking ball in the dirt, 2-1. The last time I saw Connor Wells, he was a sophomore. He had 12 earned runs over 13 innings pitched. Now, 1.12 ERA over 25 innings pitched. They grew up so fast. The 2-1. That check swing is hit to the right side. It's now 2-2. And I apologize, I misspoke. He was a freshman back when I had those numbers. He was back in the first rendition of this class, but didn't get in this championship game. He's now ahead, 2-2 against McCracken. The pitch. Breaking ball backs McCracken up. Wells wanted to go back to the dugout. Instead, he'll have to deliver a 3-2. 3-2 the count, 2 away here to McCracken. Wells with 53 strikeouts on the season, trying to get number 54. McCracken awaits the pitch. Fastball just a little wide. Wells thought he had it. The entire infield starts walking. He'll have to stay on the diamond after a 2-out walk.
Now batting, number 3, Will Tomlinson.
McCracken able to work the 2-out walk, takes the fastball off the plate. Now the go-ahead runner on the base pass. It's Peyton Porter again. He's courtesy ran now twice today for the catcher. It'll be Will Tomlinson up. He's 0 for 2, grounding into a fielder's choice and in a double play today. The right-hander awaits. Southpaw deals the first pitch. Fastball right down Broadway for strike 1. It's on the 20th walk for Wells this season. 53 punch-outs. No balls, 1 strike. Wells deals the pitch. Fastball a little low for ball 1.
Go, Connor.
The junior, a 3-0 record on the hill, has only allowed 13 hits on the season. Now a pickoff at first. First time we've seen Wells have to work with a base runner on in this tournament. He's now facing his 7th batter and has put out 5 of them. 4 via the punch-out, 1 a weak dribbler. The 1-1. Breaking ball called, strike 2. I don't know how you're supposed to hit that. That ball started around the eyes of Tomlinson, broke right across the heart of the plate. Wells ahead 1-2. He'll wind and deal the pitch. Swung and missed. Connor Wells strikes out the side with a walk included. And Dorman will go back to the dugout. It's a 3-3 ball game going to the 7th. Dylan O'Connor returns for the Mavericks. We are back live on Definite Fiction for the top of the 7th. Well, and how this classic has been another incredible game here in Forest Acres. 3-3 between the Dorman and Miller School. And we head to the top of the 7th. It's Dylan O'Connor. He came in relief of Naomi Ryan and threw one pitch and got one big out last inning. Of course, he may have got some help from his Virginia Tech commit shortstop, John Michael Sheff, who made a beautiful backhand to rob Austin Rath of what would have been probably a single. Of course, if there was no one on first, probably would have been as well. And Coach Jolly wanted some clarification on something. Not exactly sure what it was, but he'll let the lineup go. It'll be 7-8-9 here against Dylan O'Connor, who is making his second appearance against Dorman in this tournament. What I mean by that is, back in the 2024 edition of this game, O'Connor got the save in the championship. So I guess a ball got left behind home plate. Yes, it did. It's in the blind spot of where I am between me and the concrete. Another great turnout here in the Classic. The opening game, the consolation game on Championship Thursday. Right on right, first pitch is a fastball that almost hits Davis. He has to jump out of the way for ball one. Well, Dylan O'Connor now making his 4th appearance. He's now pitched a scoreless inning. Has 1 strikeout and 5 walks. The senior, can he find his way through this order? The 1-0. Fastball called, strike 1. Breaking ball hits the outside part of the plate. 1-1. He relieves what was a stout day from Naomi Ryan, the 1-1. That ball is lying right back up the middle. It will drop in center field for a base knock. Leadoff man is aboard for the Cavaliers. That is the go-ahead runner in this 3-3 ball game. It will be a courtesy runner immediately for the catcher. Well, Davis does his job. Leadoff man is aboard. Now James Navy will take over and run. Well, it's Carter Nash up. The speedy freshman is 1 for 2 today, a single and a fly out. Naomi Ryan, her final line. 5 2/3 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 6 hits, 3 punch-outs, 2 walks. It's not her cleanest stat line of the season, but maybe her best outing. Right on right, first pitch. Fastball up and in, ball 1. And this talented Dorman lineup, Ryan, outside of really 1 pitch, was able to navigate it very well. She missed 1 pitch to Palmer Hornick. He makes her pay. The 1-0. Breaking ball misses up around the letters, ball 2. And there is some action in the Miller bullpen. We've seen a couple of quick changes here. You know, I know they're just making sure in case O'Connor can get into any more trouble, they have a backup plan. But O'Connor, he's worked very well against these Mavericks, or against the Cavaliers. Showing bunt is Nash. He pulls it back as the fastball runs low. 3-2, 3-0. Dan O'Connor got the save back in the 2024 championship game. Pitched 4 outs, gave up 2 earned runs, but got some help from his defense at the end. He's behind 3-0. The pitch. Fastball low, a 4-pitch walk. So Dorman has the first 2 runners of the inning aboard. Runners at first and second for the 9-hole, Jamison Kimbrell. He's reached base twice today, once off a single, once off a walk. And now Coach Jolly will bring all the runners and the hitter together to go talk to everyone. Of course, this game means a lot to both these teams. Technically, you know, obviously, they're playing for region titles and playoffs later in the year, but this is one of those talented lineup games that you see that, you know, you want to say, I beat that team. Yeah, that team that came down here, you know, either from Virginia, from the upstate in South Carolina, yeah, we beat that team. That is what both Coach Wagner and Coach Jolly are looking for today. And, of course, we've got another great game here. Every game in this tournament feels like it's produced. The only game that really felt out of hand the whole time was Dorman and Airport yesterday. Airport started scratching back a little later in that game, and Dorman put a hammer down on them. Ended up almost run-ruling the Eagles. They won by 10-7. Now, the Miller School trying to keep this talented Dorman lineup at bay. They got 5 2/3 innings from their starter, Naomi Ryan. Can Dylan O'Connor figure out how to navigate? It's the 9-hole Jamison Kimbrell. This kid leads the team in average as a 9-hole hitter. Super impressive, especially with a couple of D1 commits throughout the lineup. The left-hander will dig into the box. The right-hander on the rubber, Dylan O'Connor. Can the senior work around the leadoff 2 getting on? Corner's playing close. You know, O'Connor will throw and he will spike a pickoff. That ball goes just to the left of him, it looks like, and the shortstop, John Michael Sheff, able to grab it. It looked like there was no one covering the bag, and O'Connor spikes it. Gets lucky that ball doesn't trickle farther away.
Go, Jameson.
John Michael Sheff runs in front of the runner. Bunt show from Kimbrell. The changeup is low for ball one. We've seen that work so far in this tournament. Earlier, I believe yesterday for the Miller School, we'll have the shortstop, John Michael Sheff. He'll come and run in front of that second base runner. Kind of give him a bad look at that bunt if it does get down. And then he'll go and cover third. It's a unique play from Coach Wagner, the Hall of Fame head coach, knowing what to do. Same thing here. The 1-0 is low. A changeup taken for ball two as Kimbrell showing bunt has to pull it back. We want to give a special shout out to Coach Wagner. I mean, I've said it twice yesterday, airport for River Bluff as well. The Classic doesn't really feel like the Classic without these Miller School Mavericks, and Coach Wagner, the now Hall of Fame MLBer, doing a great job coaching this high school squad. His team comes to play every single year. The 2-0 blunt shown again. It's low and away, ball three. O'Connor, 3 straight out of the zone here against the 9-hole, and of course, the Coastal Carolina commit, States Far, awaits on deck. A lot of zeros on the board. Could O'Connor keep it that way? Bunt shown, 3-0. Fastball misses way away. A 4-pitch walk to the 9-hole will load him up with nobody out.
Now batting number 3,
States Far, who's been hitting as a right-hand hitter the whole day, will hit his lefty for the first time. However, we'll be right back. A mound visit here at Falcon Field. After the mound visit, Dylan O'Connor will stay in. He'll get the switch hitting, now hitting lefty, leadoff man States Far. Far, after a leadoff single, has been a little quiet since then. Strikeout and a flyout. Infield comes in for the Miller School. Right on left, bases juice, 3-3 ball game, top 7. O'Connor kicks and deals the first pitch. Fastball runs in, tight ball one. After back-to-back walks, O'Connor misses again. It's ball one to Far. It's been a tied game ever since the top of the 4th. The 1-0. Fastball, that one's driven in the right center field. Going back is Browman. He will look up as that is way high off the wall. That will bring home a run. Far having to hold up between first and second. All the runners having to hold, and it just is a single to score a run. That doesn't feel like how that should work at all. That ball hit high off the center field wall, but every runner having to hold only scores 1. So an RBI single for Far unties the game. Dorman in front, 4-3. It's the first lead Dorman has had since it was 2-0 in the bottom of the first, and Miller immediately changed that, made it 3-2. So now it's the left-handed Luke Thompson up. Infield still in. Another left-handed bat here against O'Connor. First pitch from the right-hander, showing bunt. He tries to put it out. It's going to be a suicide squeeze, and now Nash going to be caught between second and third. They're going to put both runners out, and now there's another runner caught between first and second. And no, they're not going to tag him. Are you kidding me? So I thought they ruled the runner at second out. It was Kimbrell. They said he didn't tag him, so he gets to go back to second. There was no one covering and worry about throwing the ball around. The suicide squeeze mess up doesn't hurt the Cavaliers. Are you kidding me? So after a wild sequence far back at first, Kimbrell at second and Nash still at third. 0-1 the count. Infield still in for the Miller School. Bunt shown again. Suicide squeeze is pop foul. It'll be 0-2. That time Thompson does at least put the barrel on the ball, but doesn't put it into play. O'Connor's done his job as a pitcher. Runner does not come home there. Still trouble though. No balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th. Bases juiced for the 2-hole. Luke Thompson, and you need one out here because Palmer Hornick awaits on deck. The 0-2. Fastball runs in tied and actually will hit Thompson. He'll gimpily walk to first and now will play another run. It's now 5-3 Dorman. Well, this will bring Coach Wagner out to talk to his right-hander. Will be a new pitcher for the Miller School when we return here at the Forest Acres Classic. Welcome back to Falcon Field. O'Connor was able to get one big out in the 6th, but is yet to record an out in the 7th, and his day is done here for the Miller School. However, his line is not final. He'll turn it to the right-handed Caleb Crawford, and bases juiced, nobody out, to be the most dangerous hitter, not just here for Dorman, but potentially in this tournament. It's Palmer Hornick. He's already had an incredible Forest Acres Classic, and he can continue that. The left-hander awaits the right-handed junior. Crawford making his 3rd appearance of the season. No earned runs over 4 innings pitched. He'll be tasked with getting the hardest out in this Dorman lineup as Hornick is yet to be retired today. A walk, a single, and a homer. Well, still getting loose over there for Dorman. Look like he'll pitch the 7th. The first pitch to Hornick. Breaking ball, that one's lined down the right field line, but it's foul. Hornick jumps on the first pitch breaking ball and just was in front of it. Outfield playing Hornick really deep. Infield on the infield grass trying to cut down. Will be another Dorman runner at home. They lead at 5-3 in the Miller School, trying to bring the bats up within striking distance in the bottom half of the inning. The 0-1. That ball is lifted into left field. Going back is Gray at the track. He looks up, he's got room, and he'll make the grab for out number 1. A strong throw in will not matter as Hornick does his job. A long sacrifice fly to left field, and it's now 6-3 Dorman.
Now batting number 6, Braylon Dean.
Come on, be on time. Get aggressive here.
So now Palmer Hornick's 31st RBI this season.
Let's go.
That will probably end the day for Hornick, his 11th RBI of the tournament. Not out of the woods just yet. The right-handed Braylon Dean up, who has a homer this tournament. Right on right now for Crawford. Infield back. And time called by Dean at the dish. Well, the first 5 batters of the inning have reached here against the Miller School. The Mavericks finally have their first out. Can they get number 2 right here? Crawford will kick and deal the first pitch. That one's golfed into shallow right center field. Dorsey, the second baseman, going back. He looks over his head and he can't run it down. It'll fall into right center field. Rosales has to eat it, the right fielder, and everyone moves up a base. A little bloop single over the head of the second baseman, Dorsey. Would have made a tough over-the-shoulder grab. Now the bases are juiced for Logan McGarity. McGarity has reached base twice today. He's singled and walked as well as flown out to the center fielder. Corners in, 1 away here in the top of the 7th. Now the right-handed bat against Crawford. The first pitch, breaking ball called, strike 1. Paints the inner third of the zone. The senior was in this game 2 years ago. Can he put away the Mavericks here on the top of the 7th?
Come on, Logan.
The 0-1. Breaking ball on the ground to the left side. That'll be a foul ball left to the third base bag. Of course, this game, any game in this tournament doesn't feel like it's over, but potential 5-run cushion would be the second biggest deficit to overcome, I believe, in this classic. The most was a 6-run deficit in the 7th. There's been a couple other ones as well, a couple walk-offs, but no one's been able to overcome a deficit bigger than 6. The 0-2. Breaking ball in the dirt, McCracken stays in front of it. It's for ball 1. Due up for Mill, it's the top of the lineup. Brownman, Dorsey, and Sheff in the bottom half of the 7th. That's the order they want up in this situation, but they got to give him some striking distance. Can they do just that? Crawford will relax and come set with the wind going in. The 1-2. Breaking ball misses in tight, ball 2. Indian Land, T.C. Robertson, the championship game on deck here in the 20th annual Forest Acres Classic, the 21st year we've done this tournament. Just COVID cut one of the years out. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball is tapped foul. McGarity stays alive. Quieter day here at the Classic, not as many fans here as there has been, but still a great crowd here in the final day. Just had to look over, I saw my audio levels was at 0, and I'm like, that's not usual with how rowdy these crowds are in this Classic. I wanted to make sure I was still on. I am, we're all good. Couldn't really live with myself if I was missing this game. Dorman leading 6-3 here in the top of the 7th. Bases juiced 1 away. Count is 2-2. Crawford on the hill trying to limit Dorman at the plate. The pitch. Got him looking. Strike 3. McGarity got caught window shopping there on the low and away changeup, and there's 2 away.
Now batting number 5, Austin Rath.
Well, now it's the 9th batter in the inning, Austin Rath up. The left-handed third baseman yet to reach base today. He got a hit taken away from him after the fielder's choice ended the last inning. It was a nice backhand from the shortstop, John Michael Sheff. He awaits the first pitch. Fastball low, ball 1. Rath, his biggest contribution today has been on the mound. He pitched 2 scoreless innings for the Cavaliers and has flipped it now to their LSU commit in hopes of ending it. Looks like Wells will come out there for one more inning for the Cavaliers. Dorman would love to give their pitchers some more cushion. The 1-0. Breaking ball called, strike 1. Finds the outer third of the zone.
All right, 5, go to work.
One ball, 1 strike, 2 away. Silence here. You hear a pin drop, the pitch. That one's lined to the second baseman, caught by Dorsey on a line. A barrel found by Rath finds the second base glove of Dorsey, and Caleb Crawford works around the bases loaded jam with only 1 run allowed. Can the Miller School plate 3 to keep this game going, or will Dorman get their 3rd win of the Classic and 17th win? We'll find out when we come back. We are back here in Forest Acres. Dorman gives themselves the lead in the top of the 7th. They lead it by 3, and now the LSU commit will look to shut it down on the mound. However, the Miller School brings the top of the order back to the dish. It's Browman, Dorsey, and Sheff here in the 7th. They need 3 runs on the LSU commit. Something Wells has not done this season. He's given up 4 earned runs all of his outings this season. The first pitch is flown in the air, deep center field. Thompson ranging back. He looks up, and that ball is out of here. See ya. What a way to start off the inning. The UNC Chapel Hill commit goes yard for the first time this Classic. Well, Connor Wells is now going to earn run number 5 here in his junior campaign. Mandela Brown, who's been searching for his big hit of the Classic, now has one, a solo shot against the LSU commit. 2 D1 commits going battle. That one goes to Browman. Now Jay Dorsey up. Turns to the freshman. Nobody on, nobody out. First pitch swung through and missed. A fastball on the outside edge. Well, that's the first time Wells has looked human in this tournament. The southpaw, the weight's on the rubber. Talk about that in a second. The 0-1. Fastball low, ball 1. Wells had faced 7 batters before Browman. He had 5 punch-outs, a walk, and a weak ground out. First pitch Browman sees, sends it to center, over the fence. The 1-1. Breaking ball called, strike 2. Catches the inside part of the zone against Dorsey. And the freshman Get the tying run to the plate. The 1-2. Fastball, did he go around? Yes, he did. Strike 3. It's now the 4th strikeout for Wells and the first out here in the 7th.
Now batting number 4, John Michael Sheff.
Now it's John Michael Sheff up at the dish. His D1 teammate went yard. Can the Virginia Tech Hokie commit? Keep the inning going. Left on left, first pitch, breaking ball, called, strike 1. Well, it's Cooper Hornet getting warm in case they need him. Wells, can't imagine, he may be on a pitch count here. The 0-1 is tapped foul to the right side. It's quickly 0-2. Talking to Dylan, they were keeping it short with New today. The Arkansas commit went 3 innings, gave up 3 earned runs off of 2 hits. Now the LSU commit trying to shut the door. The 0-2. Breaking ball just low. Wells thought it was strikeout number 5 and said it's ball number 1 here in the count. Wells out of the windup, the pitch. Fastball is popped foul and Sheff stays alive. Well, Sheff was a player in this game 2 years ago, 1 for 4 with an RBI against the Cavaliers of Dorman in the championship back in 2024. Can he keep it going here, bring the tying run to the plate? He's behind 1-2. Wells fires the pitch. Changeup spiked in the dirt, ball 2. The Miller dugout, trying to get going. The pitch, it's a hard ground to the second baseman. It dies, and Hornet gloves it. The flip on to first is in time for out number 2. The Hokie commit to the dish, grounds out to the Hokie commit at second. And now the Miller School is down to their final out.
Up next, number 17, Gabe Proctor.
Well, it's the DH, Gabe Proctor, looking to extend this game. Proctor has reached base twice. He's walked in his first 2 plate appearances, then struck out swinging against Rath. The first pitch, changeup called, strike 1, low and inside. The 0-1 from the southpaw. Swung on and missed a changeup. It's 0-2, and Miller's down to their final strike. Dorman, 1 pitch away from getting win number 17 on the season. The Cavalier dugout comes awake. The 0-2. Fastball struck him out. Caught Proctor looking on the outside edge, and that'll do it. 5 strikeouts for Connor Wells in 2 innings pitched. He gets the win, number 4 here. And Dorman will take 3rd place in the 2026 Forest Acres Classic for the first time in 2 years. Over 2 years, first time since 2023. Miller has lost 2 games here at the Classic.
We hope the remainder of your season is successful.
Well, Miller will now fall to 11-7. This will probably be the hardest team they'll face for the rest of the year, as they will now look to turn their attention back to their home state in Virginia. The reigning Visa State champs and number 1 team of Virginia had another successful stint at the Classic. However, they fall just short of the number 1 team in the state, the nationally ranked Dorman Cavaliers. The nationally ranked Miller School Mavericks having a great game here on Definite Fiction. Well, championship game on deck. That comes at 1 o'clock in about 30 minutes. We'll see you then. It's TC Robertson in Indian Land.